listen?
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. There's a lot there. But longer form stuff, questions that I don't have the answer to.
So ask them in a piece.
I don't write questions. I write answers.
Questions like what?
Like, why does a Latino man deputize himself to stalk a black boy to protect an all-white community? What is that?
The racist bias I want you to explore, excavate for the readers.
We call everything racism. What does it even mean anymore? It's the default. When did that happen?
Hey, Brett. How are you doing, man? All right, so wait, so you're saying that he isn't a racist?
No, I'm not saying that he's not a racist. I'm questioning why is everything racist?
There's a statement in the film that says that we have to consider oppression in a way that does not center race. Was that the main thing that you were trying to convey in this film, or was it the analogy about the house that we still need to attend to in relationship to that statement?
I think that I was trying to share Isabel Wilkerson's main thesis in the book, which is that race sits on top of caste. It's not replaced by caste. It's not one or another. That when we talk about our oppressions, when we talk about marginalization, when we talk about um, the systemic inequalities and inequities, that we also have to include race in that conversation and not, caste in that conversation and not only center race. By only centering race, we're not able to fully think of solutions and defense. You have to understand how caste and race work side by side is her thesis in order to, have a robust resistance.
So how would you say that you added your voice? Because in the beginning, you talk about, you have a note there that says that this is an artistic interpretation. How would you say your voice melded with that thesis?
Well, the book Caste, which Origin is based upon, Isabel Wilkerson's book Caste, the book doesn't include her writing the book. Origin includes her writing of the book. So you see two parallel tracks. You see what the book is about, and you see the Black woman writer as she has the idea for the book, researches the book, travels the world to dive deeper into her interrogation of its themes, and then ultimately writing it while overcoming great personal challenges. And so that was the part that I added, her creative endeavor.
So Niecy Nash says, and her character says in the film, make it plain. So what were your challenges in making sure that this wasn't an academic dissertation, but rather a human exploration that we all could relate to?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, the book itself is kind of like an anthropological thesis. It's like a textbook that's beautifully written, right? Like a lot of facts and figures and anecdotes. And so the idea was, how do I take my aha moments from the book and put that into a character-driven piece that allows you to not just get information, but feel empathy and be engaged. And so that was a tightrope of a process. The writing process for it was for about 2 years. Interviews with Isabel Wilkerson, the real woman, to get more context into her writing process. And then working closely with Ellis-Taylor, who's the incredible lead actress who plays Isabel, as well as with my collaborators like Niecy Nash and John Bernthal and Blair Underwood and Audra McDonald, all who came together to really hold hands with me and make sure that we tell the story as best we could.
What I found interesting is that while you're trying to tackle this particular problem, you make sure that the issue of love comes through, and it comes through so strong in so many different ways. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, thank you so much for noticing. I mean, I really feel like there are 17 love stories in the movie. Different points of connection where people express love for one another, and that really is not a cliched thing to say that love can heal us. It can help us survive. I don't know if it can conquer all, but it certainly can provide us with tools that we need to overcome. And we know that, as Black folk, that has been the driving force of our survival and our fortitude. And so I really tried to make sure, I didn't try to make sure, I did make sure that that was integrated in the film.
I really felt that. And then my last question is if for my listeners, what would be the pitch that you would give for them to see this film?
If you're a person who's curious, if you're a person who, bravely pursues knowledge and does not only take what is spoon fed to them, If you fit into either category, then this is a film to consider. I'm not seeking agreement with everything that Isabel Wilkerson says in her book. I'm seeking engagement about ideas and exploration of her expression, and enjoying what we've put in as actors and writers and directors to present it to you.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for this piece of work. It was definitely riveting. I watched it a couple of times. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.